I want to ask you how you keep so fit. You are 94 years old. You walk like a, let me say, 50-year-old person. You can do a lot of things and your mind is very sharp. And I hope that I can live up to at least your age. How do you do it? What do you do? What do you eat? Yeah, I think all of us would like to know, what do you eat to make you live so long? And still your brains are so, still working. Where do you find a person at 94 years old to understand all this 0 and 1, the digital type, digital system? So, please, Tun.
I thought you were going to ask me about war. I'm against war. War does not result in anything except, as you say, destruction. And very frequently, the losers gain more than the winners.
Right.
As you see how Japan has recovered, how Germany has recovered, and poor Britain, the winners, not doing so well. So war is a crime, and it should be treated as a crime. But to answer your question is very difficult. Practically, I do not know how I survive. It is, if you don't suffer from some debilitating disease or fatal diseases, then you can live for quite a long time. But if you do not exercise some discipline in your life, I think you will not be able to survive for long. One of the things about food nowadays is that it tastes so nice. And as you grow older, the food tastes nicer. And when the food tastes nicer, you eat a lot. You eat more than you should. It's not a question of, you live to eat, but it's about you should eat to live, but not live to eat. But when the food is so nice, you take more. What happens? Your stomach gets bigger. When the stomach gets bigger, you have to take more food in order to assuage your hunger. And then one day, another very good, tasty food, and you take more than you should. Again, the stomach gets bigger, and as a result, many people get obese in this world today because of food being available so easily. When you get obese, you get fat, the heart has a hard time trying to pump all that blood all over your body, and naturally, you are making the heart, which is made to last 100 years, but because it had to work harder, twice as hard, then you reduce the length of time you live. So first thing is, don't overeat. Eat to live and don't live to eat. That's very simple. And when the food is nice, stop eating. That is my mother's advice to me. When the food is tasty, stop eating. Very difficult. But you have to develop the discipline of stopping from eating when the food is nice to prevent your stomach from becoming bigger and demanding more food to assuage your hunger. That is the first thing. I think if you don't eat fatty food, too much carbohydrates and all that, and sugar, I think you will be much more healthy. And then the next thing is, if you're healthy, what do? You have to be active. You have to exercise your body. The muscles must be used. We know that if muscles are not used, they decrease. In size, they will become weaker. If you sleep too much, as you often do when you are old or when you are sick, when you get up, you feel giddy because you find that the muscles cannot sustain you standing up or even running. So you have to be active and not sleep too much. And active means the whole system, not just the muscles, but also the brain. The brain begins to recede in power as you grow old because you don't use your brain. But if you use your brain all the time, you talk, you sing, you argue, you debate, you quarrel, all these things activate the brain, and the brain will be still functioning well. And if it's not functioning well over certain things, do it over and over again. Whatever we do repeatedly, we will remember, and the brain will remember. But if you tend to, after retirement, you tend to rest and go to sleep, the brain as well as the body will lose the capacity, their capacities. And it's not only the body, the muscles and the brain, but all the other organs of the body, the liver, the pancreas, everything will deteriorate if you don't use. So the best thing to do is to be active and to use your brain all the time. If you make use of your brain, then I think you will be still able to answer questions like yours. So there are these many things. So many people have asked me this question that I feel obliged to write it down. I will write it down one day and to explain to people. Not scientifically. I didn't do any scientific examination. What I did was I observed what happens to me and what happens to other people, and I make my own conclusions. Not very scientific, not proven, no tests, but this is what I observe in the life that I have had. Thank you.